Hey, how you doing out there in Watchline? I'm JD and welcome to my channel. If you need to get a hold of me, you email jdwatchservice@gmail.com. jdwatchservice@gmail.com. I specialize in repair of pocket watches, but I will do watches on the occasion if I'm bribed with a whole lot of money. But normally I do pocket watches. So I've been away for a while. I'm a Canadian. I was down in the U.S. and on business, and I've just come back. And I was expecting a parcel in the mail, and this was going to be a unboxing, but I found out my wife unboxed my box, so now I have a re-unboxing of the unboxing, I'd like to call it. So I'm not going to tell you what the watch is, but you can guess as I take it apart here. So I've got the box over here on the side, so let's have a look and see what this beast is. And I'm going to leave the video like this so you can see the reaction on my face as I unbox this. Beautiful, beautiful watch. So first we have this box. Came just like this. I don't think it had much on top. I believe she just ripped it right off. So I wouldn't have done that, by the way. I would have been very careful with like razor blades and cutting it with extreme caution, just in case there was a Rolex in here or something. Well, right away you can see the San Martin written, or Martin, San Martin written on the top. It looks like a big bolt. Not sure what this is. And it looks like a bezel around the outside. That's pretty cool. But what's coming in here? What do we got here? This is a strap. So it comes with a strap. It's a NATO strap. Very nice. We'll just put that aside. I'm pretty pooped, by the way. You can tell by my blues voice. And inside here, there's a couple of look at that, some pins in there in case you need to use that with the NATO strap, like that. So those are strap jobby doohickeys. I have to cough now. I don't have COVID, by the way, because I got tested already, but I'm going to cough. So I'm going to go. Here we go. See what editing does? It's amazing. Also comes with this little thing of whatever this is. I think it was supposed to be oil or something, but it doesn't look like there's anything in here anymore. So maybe it just dissolved or something. I'm not sure what that is. Do you know what that is? If you know what that is, let me know. It's I think it was supposed to be oil, like a year's supply of really bad oil. Oh, maybe it was supposed to be Loctite. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's that came with that, and it came with a couple of these pins there for sizing your watch up, and a NATO strap. So let's just move this box aside. It came from Shanghai Air Freight Center, Singapore. So Singapore is one of the best pours I know, is Singapore. So here we go. Here's the case here. It says San Martin on the side here as well, and it's got like a bezel thing happening here, like that, zero click bezel. And it's this looks like the back of a watch, so it's kind of cool case. I like it actually a lot. It's very nice. It's a little added touch, I guess. So let me just do this, and here we go. Here's the watch. I'm just going to open this up. Wow, that is nice. That is a beautiful watch. I'm still not going to tell you what it is until we get into the guts of it. So we're just going to move this aside here and pull this out. I'm going to just pull this out, and as you can see, it's there's a conformed case here. This is hard impact rubber here. It's kind of cool. It's the stuff you used to have in your gloves in martial arts, so you wouldn't hurt your fingers. It's exactly the same stuff actually, and there's a little bit of that on the inside as well. And the watch has got plastic all over it, so it doesn't get scratched. So I'm just going to put the watch down for a second. And I'm going to pull this out, I think, and see if there's anything underneath here. Let me just pull this out here. Come on. Oh, look at that. So it comes out like a big cork. That's an interesting way of casing a watch, right? Didn't know that that they did stuff like that. There's stuff down here. What do we got? What do we got here? What do we have? Oh, there's cool stuff on the bottom. Woo! Cool stuff. There's a San Martin warranty card, I think. San Martin official store. And it's got a QR code in the back. Item is described. Communication, shipping speeds. So this is probably just PR here. So that's that. Then they've got this little disc here. So what is this disc saying? It's actually the date of purchase date. It says 2021 11/15. So the 15th of November. And Saint Martin promises within 2 years from date of purchase, if the watch proves that the material or workmanship is defective, under normal use, the watch is repaired free of charge. If the watch was accidentally damaged or the warranty period is expired, we can provide paid maintenance service. Oh my God, that's very nice of them. So they've got a Gmail account too, just like me, I guess. See, they're not jdwatchservice@gmail.com. There's sanmartin.watch@gmail.com, and then the company stamp is here, certifying that it was inspected. It's like a quality stamp here. And then they've got a manual. So this watch, let me see what they're saying about it. It's just your normal manual, because they got a manual here that says it could be one of a watch or it could be a chronograph. Let me see if I can get some better lighting on this manual here. Terrible lighting on this. I'm going to switch views here and just go to close-up for a second. Alrighty then, there's the user manual here, and it's just like it's a shape. It conforms to the round shape in the bottom of that container there. Anyway, you open it up and it has the two different types of watches here. So 3-hand watch and a chronograph. And then it has basic, how do you set a watch, pulling out the crown, setting the time, date, accuracy, water resistance. So this I believe it's 200 meter water resistance, but it's got a little chart for water resistance here for atmospheres. 3 atmospheres. I think an atmosphere is 10 meters, so it's 3 atmospheres. And you can drive it under cloud while you're driving your car and taking a shower and swimming and fishing and whatever that is, more swimming I guess, and swimming underwater, scuba diving. So you can do all that stuff with the watch. Very water resistant. Cannot permanently be guaranteed. That's never good when they say the water resistance of a watch cannot permanently be guaranteed. That means they want you to use it as a diving watch, but they're not sure whether they want you to use it as a diving watch. So I don't like that. So my intent was not to use this as a diving watch anyway. And then they've got this same information in, it's either Spanish or English, but it says nota bene, but it's English here. The bronze watch has a characteristics of discoloration, which is also its charm. This watch is not bronze, so very nice of them to put information about a watch that they don't have. I'm not sure why they're doing this. Nota bene. And I'm not sure why it says nota bene. If somebody could tell me what that means, then that's great. It says it recommended to have a maintenance every 3 to 4 years. Actually, maintenance is usually every 5 to 7 years, not 3 to 4. That's kind of crap. You can usually use a watch nowadays with synthetic oils. You can use a watch for 5 to 7 years and then get it cleaned after that. So doing it too much is just, you're risking them damaging your watch. There's a telephone number here if you call them. They're on U2B. U2B. That's funny the way they wrote that. U2B. And Instagram, email, telephone number, manufacturer, Dogan, San Martin Watch Company Limited, yada yada yada, Dogan in China. So it's in China, although the watch came from Singapore, so that is kind of strange. But anyway, made in China. This watch ran around, it was on sale. They normally run about $450, $500. I think I got it for $350, something like that. So, and I'm still not telling you what the watch is. So let's just have a look at this. I'm going to take the plastic off for a second. Let's just calm down. All right, folks, I couldn't stop. There's the watch there, SN008G, mechanical dive watch. There's a video from the San Martin site. How lazy am I? So this normal pricing on this thing is $427 to $599. It says $586 to $820, and this is Canadian, which is probably $5 US. And it's either got the PT5000 movement or the SW200 movement. So very beautiful watch. Goes down to 20 bars. That's 200. They got a nice little video on their site here where they just rotate it and show you the details of that. But let's get back to the watch. All right, let's take off the protective plastic on this thing, right? Which is the worst job to do in the world. So if I'm really nice when I make this video, I'll speed this up. And if I'm not nice, I won't speed it up. So am I usually a nice guy or not? It's up to you guys to determine that. So this stuff is on well, which is a good thing, because you don't want the plastic covering to not be on good, because it just wouldn't protect the watch that well. Well, there's a little mark on the inside here that says the arrow. You go inside here and you get your fingernail in there, I think, and then you go downward. See, it's got little instructions here on going down. So if you go down like that, look at that. Oh my God, the arrow works. So that's that piece of plastic. Let's see if it did the same thing on this side. Yes, they did. Little arrow on the bottom there, so I could just grab that like this and pull on it. I'm trying to regrow my guitar fingernails here because I snapped one fingernail, and if you snap one fingernail, you can't play. Period. Bottom line. Now I don't know how to get this one off because I don't want to ruin anything, but it looks like there's a line right here of some sort, right? So I'm using my fingernails, which won't scratch the watch, but I could actually grab it from the edge here and just pull up on it, and maybe use a pair of scissors to cut it. Maybe. Let me just grab a pair of scissors here and see if I can cut this. Hang on 1 second. Now I just cut away from it because I didn't want this to be close to it at all. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous watch. Let me see. Oh, there we go. It's coming around the other side, coming around the mountain when she comes. And she's coming around the mountain when she comes. Oh, you guys hate when I sing. So there we go. I think my wife just came home. I'm going to take the back plastic cover off here. It's got a little bit of a plastic cover on the back that you just peel that off. And then it's got on the front another piece of plastic, I believe, as well on the front. Or did I take that off already? I think I might have already taken that off. What do you think? It's hard to say. It's so clear. No, that's got to be off. That's got to be off already. And let me see. This is stuck right now, so I'm not sure what that's all about, but it feels like it's stuck. So maybe it's got a screw-in crown, and I've got to unscrew it here. There we go. So that's, yeah, it is a screw-down crown. So that has a screw-down crown, as you can see, right? Again, the thumbnail and the fingernails are getting regrown for guitar, so I can play all the crazy guitar I play. And if I wind it ever so slightly, I can feel I can hear it winding on the inside. It's full rotor anyway. So this watch, just looking at it quickly, it's just a gorgeous watch. I know I want to take this little blue thing off here. There we go. That's to protect the crown here, and they've got an S on here for Saint Martin. I'm not sure why they put the S here and they just didn't put the same symbol that they have on the inside, which is kind of nice, right? It's got, let's just start from the, it's kind of got a coffee kind of color here, which is really nice. And it's got a bezel, and I believe the bezel is, oh man, that feels good. It's a 120 click bezel, which is very nice. And the bezel is ceramic. So it's a ceramic insert on that bezel with 120 clicks. And if you look at this watch here, the bezel is just bigger than the case here. So you can get a grip on it with your finger down like that. And when you turn it, right, you can get an absolute grip on that bezel without having to worry about like tucking your fingers in to turn it. So it's beautiful. Just listen to that. Yeah, that's a 120 click bezel, which is really nice. So that's the bezel, very coffee colored markers on the bezel. I don't know whether there's a loom on that, but I suspect there's a loom on the pip on the top here. And this would normally be on the top of the bezel, so let me just move that around. That's excellent action, by the way, in that bezel. That is really good. You've seen me do a lot of watch work and watch repairs and stuff, and this is absolute perfect with no playback. So it's our back play. Playback is my music. And that's dead center on the bezel, so that's perfect, just absolutely perfect. And it's got the on the face of the watch itself, it looks like it has a marker here, does it? No, it doesn't. Those are just indices, so there's no date or anything. So let me just pull this out and set the time. So right now it is approximately, see, is that setting the time for me? It isn't setting the time. There we go. It is approximately 3:10 in the afternoon. So It's hacking, which means it stops the second hand, which is a nice feature. And I just wind that around. It's actually nice smooth action on here, so the movement could be one of two movements, but I'll get you the dimensions in a second here. So it's 311, so just put it here, 311-ish. Push that in like that, and I believe, yeah, it's kind of in limbo when you have it like in this mode. So, and then you push it in again, and then you can wind it like that. So I'll just give it a little more wind. I usually wind these things when they've got a rotor on them, so they wind themselves, right? But I'll wind it 20 times, and that helps me with. I just don't want to overwind it because the spring and the mainspring will slip when you wind it. So my thumbnail looks pretty disgusting here, but actually I use that to get underneath the dust cover on a pocket watch. When you've seen me do work on pocket watches, like this wouldn't be for this one, but this beast here is an Omega pocket watch. It's a monster, and it doesn't have a dust cover, I don't think, because it's not a hunter watch. But I use my thumbnail to get underneath that dust cover. But for work, it's pretty disgusting, so I try to keep it a little bit cut down. So anyway, I just wound it around, and an automatic watch, you can't overwind an automatic watch like this because it just slips on the outs, and there's barrel grease on the inside of the barrel that keeps it kind of stiff until it gets to the point where it slips, and then it just slips. So that's that. I'll do some close-ups after. It's fully loomed. So the strap is gorgeous. I love these I think Happy Days, but the Fawns I think had stuff like this. But these are screwed in from both sides, so the links will hold in. So you got to make sure these are screwed in nice and tight. And as you can see on the end link here, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. There's no play on it at all on the end link, so that's gorgeous. It's finished. It's got a brush finish, just a bit of a brush on the side, I believe. Is that a brush? Yeah, it's kind of got a little bit of a brush on the side, but right on the edge as it transitions to the top where the lugs are here. The lugs, it's brushed on the top of the lug and it's brushed on the side, but the transition here is clear, right? So it's not brushed. If I had a British accent right now, this would be a much better review, because when people with British accents speak, they always sound smarter. So those are solid end lugs as well, as you can see right there, which I love. So those are solid stainless steel end lugs, which is really nice. It's 316L stainless steel on this watch. And as you can see, let me just take off. I think I've got some more plastic here. Look at that. So I've got the bracelet here, and this clasp here snaps in. So that's the solid machined clasp, stainless steel, high-end, gorgeous clasp. And this, as you can see, when I press that, these two hooks move in like that. And so they'll go in here and they'll hook into these little round indents here. So they'll go like that, and then I push that in and it'll click in like that. It's absolutely perfect, right? So that's the clasp on the end, which is really nice. This has got kind of the opening is not your traditional opening. It's more like a Tudor opening, which would be what I think they're trying to make this look like. But that's a Tudor opening in the back. I don't know if I should take the back off. We'll wait after and take the back off and examine it later. So that's that part. And I want to just get a close-up of the hands for a second. So just bear with me as I try to zoom in and get a close-up of the watch itself as it's running. All right, there we go. That's the watch running. I got a bit of a close-up there. I should angle it right because my ADHD is getting to me if it's not absolutely perfect. So there it is there, and you can see that second hand just running around like crazy. So I'm going to have to check the movement, but it's either a PT 5000 movement on there or an SW 200 movement. Both of them, I believe, are 28.6 movements or 28.8 movements. They're very high beat movements. And again, the case material is 316L stainless steel. The diameter of this watch without the crown is 40 millimeters. So that's from one side to the other. Let me get my tweezers out so I can show you. So the diameter of the watch would be from here to here. and that's 40 millimeters, not including the crown, as it says. It's got a nice screw-in crown, which is actually nice for this watch, because now you can dive with this without worrying. But I wouldn't do it again. Lug to lug length is 48 millimeters. So when you say lug to lug, you're looking at this end here, right? This side here. So this is the lug on one side. So the edge of that lug to the edge of the other side. That's lug to lug measurement. And so that's 48 millimeters lug to lug. The thickness of the watch, including the crystal, is only 11.5. So it's coming in pretty thin at 11.5. We'll put this on in a few seconds, but that's pretty thin. I'm impressed by that. So 11.5, the lug width between A and B here, this lug width here is 20, which is, you know, not bad. You see a lot of dive watches where they're 22. Sometimes you see 24, but often 20 is pretty acceptable. It's a sapphire. It's a domed sapphire crystal, so there's a slight dome in the crystal. Not sure if I can show you that dome by just lifting my camera up a bit and then just showing it sideways like that. Can you see that dome? Let me just move that in a bit, and you can sort of see the dome, right? And it looks like there's it kind of, yeah, it distorts the watch just a bit as you're angling it, which is what you'd get in a dome anyway. So that's a domed crystal, sapphire. The bezel, as I said before, is ceramic. It's a matte black, even though like the face is matte black, but the markers are definitely charcoal-ish. I could say gold maybe, right, instead of charcoal, but they're probably charcoal. There, I put my white gloves on here to not distract you too much with my guitar fingernails as I show you the watch. So that's it there. So if you can see, it says automatic, 200 meters automatic. I think the dust there that you see is on the outside, not on the inside. They're pretty, the quality of the San Martin is excellent, so I've never have an issue with the San Martin watch. And you can see the reflecting, gorgeous reflection of this watch. I think I'll do just a video just rotating the watch later on, so you can see what it looks like up close and not talk, because probably a lot of you will appreciate the fact that I'm not talking. The hands are GS Craft second hand with a flat top second hand. It says the luminescence here, black dial with retro luminous effect is what you're getting. It is a screw-in dial. It says it's got the shark logo. Let me have a look at that. Is that a shark? No, it's not. That's a big S. So for San Martin. So they lied in their write-up. That's not a shark. That's a big S. Or it's a really crippled shark. One or the other. Case back is a screw-in, solid case back. Stainless steel bracelet. Clasp, solid turtleback buckle. So I showed you that earlier. Waterproof to 200 meters. Total weight of this watch is 140 grams. So it is a thing of beauty. I've still yet to determine whether it is a PT 5000 or a SW 2000. It is the SN008-G. And it's got the new female end link and the new S logo on the former customers who wanted to order with the new female end link. So this is what this is. So customers were complaining they wanted the new female end link, and that's why the reason why they wanted that is so that when you tuck this watch down, it fits smaller wrists better, right? So it makes the lug to lug not so, you know, crazy invasive or too big for the wrist, right? So if you have a smaller wrist, that female end link will actually help you. So when they did that, they put the new S logo on there for San Martin, I guess. So that's why that is the way it is. So, and this thing will run you anywhere from $350 to $450, which is not a bad price for what you get. It's a beautiful, beautiful watch. You can buy watches, you know, that aren't half the quality of this for twice the amount, which is amazing. So let's just put this on my wrist for a second and see what it looks like. All right, there it is on my wrist. It needs to be sized a little bit, but Bond, James Bond, licensed to wear a watch. Anyway, it looks beautiful on the wrist. It's a very nice watch. It fits perfectly, and as I said, with the female end links, this thing will drop down. And so if you have a smaller wrist, it fits perfectly. If you have a bigger wrist, it works the same way. So there's no issue with this end link. And I think it's trying to look like a different type of watch. I can tell by the hands, but for the money, you're getting an exceptional watch. Highly recommended. So it's probably all I have to say about it right now. Maybe I'll just do a quick video too, just showing the watch and rotating it so you can see what it looks like quickly. Thanks for watching my channel. One little thing before I forget, there's this beautiful little toolkit on the bottom of the San Martin case that it comes with. So a little toolkit for removing the links or tightening the links, and a little tiny beautiful stainless steel tag down there too, which is kind of a nice nice touch. Beautiful, beautiful case. Excellent watch. All right, there you go. That's the San Martin watch, or San Martin watch. What a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous watch. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's yeah, this is a very nice watch. This is going to be one that stands out in the crowd, I think. So so it was a good buy. Hope you enjoyed the very brief and not exactly precise review of this watch. It's funny, I watch these guys on YouTube reviewing watches with British accents, and they're like, the styling of the hand and the vertical indices is absolutely accurate, with the substantial lume just slightly facing the rear osticular of the nodal whatever. So always sounds very precise when you say things with a British accent. Oh my God, this is a beautiful watch. My God. My God. Beautiful watch. Anyway, thanks for watching my channel. I'll catch you later. I'll probably be repairing watches tomorrow.